Alrighty, is this running? Hopefully it's running. Mic is on. I'm gonna pull up the chart. Pull up the chart. Let's pull up the chat. Give me 1 second. Channel. Open the current stream. Hot diggity, that door looks good. Okay, and I need to plug in the charger. Go to the charger. Zoltan. Super surprised. There we go. Me too. Me too. What time is it over at where you at? We have a stream. Yeah. Work ain't gonna do itself, man. Gotta hustle. Okay, we're gonna do the manual lever door now. Considering what this door is like, I think this is gonna be reserved for maybe like storage containers, because having to open one of these doors for every single location is yeah, it's gonna be a bit much. So who knows, maybe I'll even make it so that the levers are missing, the valve, and then you have to find the valve and connect it. That might actually be a good idea. Okay, cool. So let's attempt doing vertex ID masking again. I have learned a few things. Let's see. Man, I wish there was a plugin that allows you to like synchronize the two views, left and right. Lip sync. Automatic lip sync for your Blender models. Interesting. Sync render sets. Sync, oh, sync lock viewports, is that it? Sync or lock multiple viewports at once in real time. Okay, cool. Where's the menu? There is no menu. K-tools. Uh-huh. And then real-time sync? Yes! 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 Man, I actually paid $5 for something that did not do this at all, and turns out there was a plugin for this already in place. That is super nice. Okay, so I can do attribute view here, and then we're going to do flat so that we can see the vertex colors. Dude, that's beautiful. Okay, cool. So, 810 over at where you at? Gotcha. Is there also a vertex palette? There's got to be a vertex palette. Vertex Column Master. Yeah, one of these plugins I ended up spending money on. Switch vertex edge face in object mode. No. Vertex overlap. Vertex group. More colors. A set of tools to make vertex painting easier. Ah. Maybe that. Okay, so more colors. Color attribute settings. That's for adding the colors. Simple fill. Is this it? Door looks pretty sick with textures. Thank you. Yes. I might have to play around with the scaling in the game. We'll see. But it looks pretty good. Okay, so if I select this, quick apply. Holy shit. This is literally what I need. Okay, let's just hope it doesn't betray me by having a feature missing. Okay, let's see. So, and then you should be able to add additional colors, right? Color attribute settings. Maybe. Preset. Can we add more presets? Color by position. Okay. I'm not going to press too much stuff. Fills the selection with color. Well, that's great, but can we add more? Affect the color channels. Re-enable alpha display mode. If you select it, alpha display mode will temporarily be displayed. That's fine. Okay. All right. I guess we'll work with this for the time being. Okay, it looks like it works in object mode as well. Using vertex colors as mask and substance. Indeed. Okay, let's do the whole door. Can we not have more presets? Come on. This is like almost perfect. It's almost perfect. The tool. We just need one extra feature of adding more presets. Color attribute settings. Okay. Does this have modifiers? No, it does not. I'm keeping these things separate so that I can program them to automatically adjust themselves to the thickness of the wall, if that's going to be necessary. Okay. Just going to assign red to them. Or maybe not. I think we'll keep it all on one material. I feel like these things should probably be here. Oh, there's no color matching either. So we'll just have to do it like this. What's the purpose of vertex painting the parts separately? Oh, you're using vertex colors as masks in Substance Painter. It's so useful, yes. And then, what's the purpose of vertex painting the parts separately now? Well, this is so that you can, you'll see, in Substance Painter, you can quickly apply a mask to particular objects with a particular vertex color. Super handy. Okay, let's see, select similar by polysides. Whoops. Okay, let's just double check to make sure. What is this? That is not what we want to do. Okay. Hmm. Didn't select everything, or select something we're not supposed to select. Select similar. Perimeter? Ah, man, come on. There we go. Okay, and this is gonna have maybe like an orange vertex color. Nice. Hmm. Just gonna do a quick adjustment here. Select similar by area. That looks about right. And shade smooth. Uh-huh. Need to get rid of the sharps. Whoops. Which is what? 2. Clear sharp. Well, that's not quite what I need. Shift G. Hmm. Yeah, looks like we don't have an algorithm for selecting all these things. There we go. That's what I want. Next. If we want to color, vertex color, the center is different from the bolt, we actually have to separate them. Separate mesh geometry. So we're going to select by area. Grow the selection. That looks good. Yes. And then we'll just do Y. All right. It's got the same color. Let's do this. No. Just need to lower the threshold. Maybe. I've already done the manual labor. Okay, now I got the bolts. And we're gonna assign this vertex color. Yes, beautiful. And then we just need to do the same thing here. I can try matching the color, whatever that color is. Select the presets color. Uh-huh. Man, can you just add us more presets? That's all I need. Ugh. Okay, is it maybe in the settings? More colors. I bet I can probably go into the plugin settings and then adjust it somewhere. Okay, you know what? That's fine. We'll just do this. It's not the same color, but yeah, whatever. That's okay. Unless you can go to Vertex Paint and then sample this color. And then apply it. Shift X, pick the color. Vertex, Control X. Nope. To the selected only. Yeah, okay, but that's not the color. Okay. It seems... Look at this shit. I sampled the color, and then it's like, nope, you go back to blue. What is this? Okay, you know what? There we go. Okay, back to edit mode. So, is everything marked? It seems like. Okay, I just want to do something here. Data roaming, Blender Foundation. Extensions, Blender org. More colors. Okay. What are the chances this is going to be fairly simple to adjust? Base panel info. Settings panel. There's a settings panel? There is a settings panel. Color attribute settings. Yeah, okay. So tools is what we need. Tools panel. Random color pick a panel. Simple fill panel. Tools panel. Color by position. No, it's not random, so it's got to be this one. Simple fill tool panel. All right, let's take a look at this. Using plain old data attributes to set the vertex colors. It's been a long time. It is technically the same thing. Okay. Preset color 4. Okay, now how lucky do you think it would be if all this required us to do would be to just do this? Just copy it and paste it. Just out of curiosity, let's see. So we'll save this, and then we'll reload this. There's no button to reload. Might have to reload. Oh, refresh, remote, refresh local. No? Oh, that's just for the list. Okay. I was gonna do this. Control-Shift-O. Okay. So this thing, I think it needs to be rebooted entirely. Either that or I have to uninstall and reinstall it. I guess we'll see. Yes! What? Hold on. Does it actually work? Does this shit actually work? Let's see. So if I do that, and then assign, let's say like this color here. Fuck yeah! Yes! Beautiful. Okay, so that means we can get our like multiple color tool separation here. We just need to get a nice color value set because they all have the same color. How do we do that? Split operator. Select preset color, icon eyedropper. That's for this one. And then that means simple fill tool, which is right here. That's that one. That's the panel. There's the presets layout. Then we have the column. Okay, split. Row split. Row prop. Simple fill tool. That's, I don't know, I forget what this thing does. Where do we set the color value? Select preset color. More colors. Okay, both of these have icons, which means these are buttons. Operator buttons, okay. Might need to change the numbering for the duplicates. Yeah, but where does the numbering defined? Is it like maybe Blender just has its own preset color? What if I do preset 5, 6, 7, 8? They're either defined somewhere in Blender or somewhere in the plugin. Let me see. So we'll do more colors. Uninstall. And then, oh, right, I'm in the get extensions. That's why I don't see the, there we go. Disable, enable. Okay, so it's failing to load the color. So that means it's got to be defined somewhere else. Let's look around. Tools panel. Nope. Color position tool panel. No, that's color by position. Base panel info, settings panel. Oh. No, that's just the panel registration. Random color, settings panel. Global color settings panel. Mask, no, this again, just UI registration. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I think this refers to an element. Let's see. Let me take a look at this real quick. Catalytic converters. Actually, no. I want to do this one. Blender prop method. Okay, sure. It's the second time it thinks I'm a robot. That's what happens when it doesn't have any information on you. Okay. Prop method. Okay. BDY. I believe that's, yeah, or BPY, excuse me. What happens if you're trying to assign a color to the ones not loaded? Oh, it doesn't look like it's even clickable. Unless, yeah, no. So maybe the element is just missing. But all I did is just change this. 2, 3, 4. Actually, is it? I didn't even change the right thing. Unless it tried setting this. No, it didn't. Excuse me. I'm going mad here. I need to find out what this method does. Okay, custom property. No, not props. Property definition. Nope, that's not it. I need to get rid of props. Prop value stored in Blender file. Ah, interesting. Change property of object in Blender with Python. Nope. What if we do dot prop? Blender Python column align. Okay. If it's anything like take inter in Python, this might be like a gridding operator. Simple fill tool is the object you're talking to. And then whatever the heck that is. Grid flow, prop, scene, frame start, frame end. Maybe these are predefined properties. Like there's predefined color preset values. Why don't I do this? Hold on a second. I'm just gonna pop in here, more colors, copy this, and then tell it to open the folder. And then we can perform a search. Yes. Yes, I'm an author. Trust me. Display, random color. Yes. Go away, AI. Oh my goodness. Simple fill tool. There we go. So I will search for. Wait, is that word wrap? No, it's not. What the heck is this? This wasn't wrapped before. Property groups, that might be it. Operators. Display vertex, open, reset vertex color, simple fill. Uh-huh. This is where we have the code. The code. That's getting sidetracked. No, I'm still on track. More or less. Okay. First of all, UI. Tools. Simple fill. So we're searching for something like this. That was exactly what that is. Preset color, description, choose a color, subtype color. So this is it. This is the default value, and this is where we get the definitions established. Cool. Okay, so we are just gonna, I guess, continue the trend. Color 5. And then I believe this is just gonna be RGB A. If we, okay, we can do something really dumb, but I'm just gonna make a file and then call it test CSS. And then I'm gonna do this and then background color, and then just pick a color. But I can then switch it to one of these color selectors, which is going to be... I need floats. And I believe one of these does give us floats, no? It gives us everything but floats. Dang it. RGBA. Son of a gun. Your son says when I say uh-huh, you sound like a villager from Minecraft. Huh. Okay. Huh. Okay, so yeah, this would have been funny if it actually worked, but no. Alright, I guess we'll just do like float color RGBA selector. Or yes, we'll just have to do that. RGBA color picker. Okay, give me a value though. Can you give me a value? You are going to give me step this. No, that's advertisements. Can you give me floats? No, no. I'm just gonna give me. Hey, there we go. All right, perfect. So we're just gonna do some color definitions here. I do need alpha though. So I'm just gonna do... Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe it's okay to do it like this. Okay, let's give it a try. So paste it in here. Hopefully it will be okay with ignoring the alpha value. Preset color 5. And then more colors. Is that working? Did I save everything? I also need to enable base color. Simple fill tool. 4, 5. Yes, it is here. So maybe it does need the last value. Doesn't look like it. Let me just do a quick test. I'm gonna switch this back to Python syntax. Color 4. This is color 5. Maybe that's why. Choose the color, minimum, maximum, cool. All right. Nope. Okay. What if I go here, set this to color 1, and this is going to be color 5. Maybe I do need to... Still says name attribute 4. Does it now? Oh. I don't know if that matters. Because, I mean, I changed it back to 1. It should have gone back to 1. Which means, maybe, it's not enough to disable and enable it. Maybe we have to uninstall and reinstall it. No. That is stupid, because all it's going to do is download... Dang it. It's just going to download the version from the internet repository, and then that's going to mess things up. Okay. And now it doesn't want to do anything. Fail to remove, relocate existing directory. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna do it like this. More colors. Bye-bye. Yes. There we go. Okay, now. Thank you. Okay, it's back to default. So yeah, we shouldn't be uninstalling and reinstalling it. So if I go more colors, can I open this in VS Code? Sometimes you think to yourself, oh yeah, we're just going to do some straightforward, basic programming. Nope. We're going to go on a tangent for the next 2 hours. You mean where you added the 5th preset color, it still says name attribute is 4. Right, yeah, I think I adjusted that, no? Okay, first of all, UI, tools, simple tool, AI, go away. All right, so if I were to copy this, paste it in here, save it, and then boop, boop, no. Interesting. Now, why did that work before? What if I do this? 5, 5, 5. Huh. I think we might have to restart Blender every time, which means it might have been working. Okay, there's the 5th one. Yeah, so I think it just caches the plugin information. Okay, now, if I do this and simple color fill properties, take this, color 5, and then copy this color value. And then we're just going to keep it as 3 properties. Then so that doesn't work, but if I close it and reopen it, it's broken entirely. Oh, register subclass more colors, display vertex colors. Okay, we have an issue. Maybe, yeah, maybe it does need the alpha value. And then I have to reload. At least Blender loads quickly. Sheesh. More. Okay, yeah, and then there's the 5th value. Cool. Okay, yes, we can do this. Yes. All right. Beautiful. Six, 6. I think I'm going to do the 16 colors in total. All right. Fantastic. So, go back here. We only had 4 colors. 5th one is set. Would be nice if there was a color selector here. Okay, can't have too much nice stuff. 6. 7. 8. The mother of all manual labors. 9. Zoltan, I should get your son to do this. I'll pay him in experience. 12. That was 12, right? No. 13. 14. 47, 61, 42. Yeah, okay. 15. 16. Cool. Hey, what's up? Good day. Cool. Now that we've done this, let's color 5. Six, 6, 6. 7, 7, 7. 8, 8, 8. Now watch, there's been add new color option there the whole time. And I'm just blind and stupid to find it. Always with making my own solutions for problems that have already been solved. All I can do this. Selection only. 5. It's going to be switched to... Oh. If I don't balls it up, I can get it to work. 10. Yes, and then we'll do... Okay, let me double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. What the hell, man? I'm blind. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then after 10, we have all these, which seems like a lot. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Where the hell did all these other ones come from? Oh, probably because I hit reset or reload or something. Alright, that's fine. So 10, 11. It would have been done by now. Always me trying to solve problems that don't need to be solved. Okay. Cool. That's done. So now, if I were to close this, open it back up, we should have our 16 vertex color variations to work with. Heck yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. And that should be it. Okay, I am going to need to back up this thing. More colors. Here's a question. If I were to zip this, I don't want to have to do that again. If I would do this, and then let's say I'm gonna cut it out, we're gonna shove it into our backup drive. Where is it? Assets. No. Software. Yes. And then Blender. Door model looks dope. Thank you very much. I'll lose patience at this point. I've already missed a bunch of records and placed them where they don't belong. Okay, plugins, and then I'll just paste it in here. More colors, more better. Okay, we'll just copy this. So if I were to disable this, delete this. Okay. Interesting, you can't delete an extension from here anymore. You can only disable it. Okay, uninstall. And then add-ons, install from disk. And we'll go here. More colors, more better. Hey, nice. You can reinstall this thing just from that zip file. Beautiful. All right. Nice. I should just go and rename the author and be like, this is mine now, bitch. I've made valuable contributions. It's derivative work. There you go. Alright, perfect. Well, now that we have this, quick apply. That works. This is looking good. Oh yes. Where's my synchronization? Nice. All right. Did we do this everywhere? Okay, we got pink nuts. Beautiful. Haven't seen the Explorer lag since on Windows. Was there Explorer lag? Have I gotten used to it so much that I didn't even notice? Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to maybe mark this. And then there's also teeny tiny little screw there, which I'm going to mark differently. Actually, yeah. Something contrasting. Nice. Okay, that is looking good. So, vertex painting is done. Now I just need to do unwrapping, which I'm kind of feeling like just doing angle-based and just be done with it. Let's see. Let's see how lucky we're going to get with this. Do we have any modifiers anywhere? We have a mirror modifier here. We're going to apply that. Anything? No. Nothing else has a modifier on it. Door. What is this? That is literally nothing. Frame. Valve. Valve should be a part of the door. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place an empty in the location of where the valve is supposed to be. Valve center or origin. Then the valve gets parented. Like this. And then the valve itself gets parented to the door. Now we are gonna have to have an armature here because we actually are gonna have a hand armature, player hands rotating this thing to do the stuff. Oh no, Zoltan, your comment was marked for review. Unwrapping such a nightmare. Hate doing it. I used to be in the same ballpark until I just realized that there's a process to it. Like something like this, I could probably just do a smart TV project and just let this mess manifest. Sure, everything is in pieces, but I can just we'll see if this works out. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. We'll have to unwrap it by hand. But we're gonna pack it up. Okay, 68% efficiency. $70, 71%. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So lots of tiny little things, which is where vertex painting is gonna be handy. And yeah, everything's on one same texture. I don't think we have any overlaps. No overlapping detected. Beautiful. All right, unwrapping done. Let's get this stuff out now. Where are we doing this? Assets, textures, substance. And then this is, what's it called? Manual, lever, door. Yes. Copy this. Are we doing GLB? I guess we're doing GLB. It's, yeah, you're... Yo, man. We're not allowed to talk about nuts. It's body type A devices. Or whatever the fuck it is. Stupid ass shit. Okay. Substance. My beloved. Let's launch this. Did a game jam with a science lab. Just couldn't feel bothered. Just base color everything and did everything with the dark light. I mean, game jam. Can't exactly get fancy with the textures there. Whatever works, works. I've done crimes against humanity during game jams. Alright. Pretty sure everything is oriented correctly. Mark for review. No, that one's fine. That one came out fine. Alright. Cool. What is this? Default material. Ah, dang it. Hold on a second. Always forget this part. Okay. Door. You know what? Everything is door. Copy material to selected. I'm guessing without a valid material, it just makes a separate material slot for each mesh. Let's see. So we'll do reload, re-import mesh. Brown. What? 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 Where'd this shit come from? Oh! Hello, sir. What are you doing down there? Right. Visible only, please. I forgot this is GLTF. And it's got certain rules. There we go. Look at that. Except, you know, I'll just make a new project. Discard. Thank you. All right. Nice. Now, ID is going to come from vertex color and ambient occlusion will be only with the same name. That needs to be clipped. Go for it. The doors have eyes. First it was the hills have eyes, then the buildings have eyes, now the doors. Next thing it's the toasters. I mean, technically if you have a smart toaster, you're basically there. Alright. Cool. That looks good. We should be able to texture this stuff now. I did make a smart material from the other door that I just finished texturing. Just want to see what that looks like. Hull damage, metal rough. Fairly certain I had the word metal in it. List. There we go. It's like stained metal. It's one of these. One of these with the numbers on them. Rusted metal scratched. Dang it. I saved the smart material with the mask in it already. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me also take a look at that other thing. Okay, hello. Are we going to be applying this to anything? Or is that too much to ask now? Okay, that's fascinating. We'll try the machinery one. Ooh. Hi all. Good day, Dimitar. That looks nice. Alright, so now go here. Let's make folder, put this in here, in the mask, color selection. Dang it. I forgot to mark mesh. No. Yes. Active. Please. I'm begging you. Re-import mesh. Dimitar, did you end up finding out if OBJs can store vertex data in a way that you can import it in Substance? Or are we just stuck using GLTFs for this? Oh yeah, by the way. Can we get like respectable source map dimensions? Nice. Okay, and now, there we go. Beautiful. And then you can do multiple color selections too, which is nice. GLTF or FBX. Gotcha. Okay, not a big deal. That is a-okay. Ooh. This looks cool. Alright, let's get a little bit of paint going on here. So we're going to tell it to have the height replace. Fascinating. Normal also. Okay. Oh yeah, Dimitar. Yesterday when I was doing the texturing for the wide door, I've actually added a whole bunch of additions to the Godot material importer tool. I'm gonna showcase this as soon as I'm done with this. Lots of like quality of life improvements. I think it's gonna be helpful. Okay. Base color. Give me something. Give me paint. Can't type. Steel paint. Ooh, hold on. Let me try this instead. Does that look any better? Yeah, it's got some rust on it. Steel paint. Let's do this one. Okay, that seems more desaturated. Which kind of looks good. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Making it darker makes the yellow contrast much better. Go with that. Okay, but I want to make it chipped. So we're going to do global balance. That is not... No, not this one. I want to see some large chunks. It's too noisy, is what it is. I need large chunks. Okay. Maybe we'll look for something that isn't paint. You found the trick that you're testing right now. Okay. That's interesting. What if instead of applying it to this, we're going to apply it to the rust? So black mask, and then that might actually be much better. Even the rivets look okay. I'm liking this vertex masking mode more and more. Not that I'm not shit at it. Oh, sorry, Zoltan, you got family watching. Not that I'm not poo-poo at it. Poo-poopy-doop. Okay, why is this being colored? Oh, it's the same color. That's why. Right? We don't want it to be the same color. Bike it up. Okay. But there's one thing that I'm doing more and more is I'm actually leaning off of the severity of the height effect in a lot of these textures. Just to make it a little bit more subtle. Let's see, can we do this to the entire conglomerate? Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Subtlety is key. Okay, I do want the center to look different though. Why is it still the same color? Did I re-import? Your little one doesn't yet speak English. It's fine. Dada, sad bearded man say ugu gaga. Yes, son, that's what he said. Alright, here we go. Why are you black now? Right, color selection. Okay. Sure. Okay, so I do want this thing to be darker because behind there is there's supposed to be a disk with the message on it, open or closed, or locked or unlocked, or sealed or unsealed. Plus, I think having a lot of yellow here adds too much noise. There we go. Nice. So you actually need to be much smoother. Maybe not entirely. Right. Has to replace, which means probably have to apply its own map of some kind. We should meet up, man. That would be hilarious. Get Steven to participate. Well, Steven in US, I'm in Canada, you're in Hungary, so I guess we can all meet in Poland, wreak some havoc. Hmm. I'm gonna come back to that later. To that model part. I just want to do these pieces. Okay, this looks good. Maybe even. Oh, no. Want to add multiple colors. Ah, dang it. Don't want that. Actually, that would be perfect. Because then that is going to set the same color. Dimitar's doing weapons right now. Man, Dimitar's texturing is just out of this world. I don't know what kind of black magic he does. What kind of Bulgarian gypsies he prays to get that kind of quality, but goddamn. Like he does a lot of work with textile sizing, making sure that all the right parts get all the major texture space. Yeah, my texture work just like pales in comparison. Okay. We need to do something about all these seams being a little too harsh. So that's where we do dust occlusion. Biome. Except this has to be a darkish color. Kind of rough. Kind of metallic so it consumes light. And then I'm just going to increase the contrast and dial it back a bit. I think we might have to do a separate dust pass specifically on this outline here. Dust frame. Okay, that's not what I wanted you to do. I think the tolerance is too high up. No tolerance at all. Oh yeah, that's much better. Except we don't want it to be affecting that piece though. Hmm. It also seems to be covering the surface rather than the corners. It's called dirt here. So it's called dust occlusion here, but it's called dirt here. Okay, let's try something else. Cavities. You're working on a project alone, part of a group. Dimitar and Antoine helping me with 3D models. And then Cole Harmon working on sound effects. He's just waiting for some more tangible work to be done before getting to that. And I'm doing programming, audio, story, basically gluing the whole thing together. What if we don't do the frame in yellow? What if only the centerpiece gets yellow? Either that or we get rid of the yellow from the center so we can create more contrast. Okay. Like that. I think that looks much better. Sure, it's basically kind of the same color everywhere, but it definitely looks less noisy. The red valve has much better contrast this way too. Hmm. Dial back here. Need to do something about these handles. Duplicate this. Darker or rough color. It's better this way. Yeah. See, the only thing is the camera's going to be pretty close to this part, so I feel like I should have given it more room and a texture. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, okay. If you're in edit mode of multiple objects, it doesn't like it. Doesn't let you select stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna give nice defined color here. Could keep the frame color white, modulate it, and get out match the color of the wall. Yeah. I haven't really gotten to that point to experiment with these things, but the door's supposed to be a focal point. So I guess we'll see how that works. We got the yellow tape. The yellow tape. Hey, there we go. What if this is yellow? Yeah, that works. Okay. We can also make the text glow here. That would be nice. Let me... what do we need? We need Inkscape. So we need to prep a texture with the lettering on it. Man, there's so many games on sale right now on Steam, and nothing captivates my attention at all. There's a couple of games that are on the wish list, but even the sale doesn't really motivate me to buy it until I get through all the stuff I already bought. Okay. Document properties. 512, 512. Okay, here's what I need to do. I need to make, and I have no idea how to do it, but I know that it's possible. I need to make an arc. And I need to make text go around this arc. Next, put on path. I assume the path has to be selected. Hey, well that was easy. Dang. Alright. That works for me. Okay, so we'll have to rotate the path for this. I mean, technically, that's it. I might need to take a screenshot of this so I can make sure that it's properly leveled. We have padding off the top and bottom we need to take care of. Screenshot copied to clipboard. Interesting. Save this. Can I just paste it in? Hey, look at that. Nice. Need to push this in the back. Mm-hmm. Okay, resizing the loop, definitely nice that it updates the text. So it looks like somewhere around here. Kind of a nice font can we use here? Maybe a good thing, no distractions. What is that in response to? I forget. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have to stamp this texture with a brush. I can just use the texture transforms in the UV space in Substance and apply it there. Another little tidbit that Dimitar have showed me. Super handy. Yeah, there we go. Alright, give me a font that doesn't look like ass. Sealed. Sealed. I guess we can maybe come back and add something else. Okay, if I duplicate it, it is going to do this. What is that? Something. Okay. So if we need to rotate the path, so scaling that doesn't scale the effect. This might be still a bit too big. Okay, now if I wanted to have a second one, no Steam games to buy. Ah, yes. I mean, I have plenty of Steam games that I still need to play. Big ol' backlog. Okay. Got kids in the background. Okay, so it seems like the path, the first text, is locked already to the first path, which I believe should be an effect somewhere we can remove. Put on path, remove from path. Okay, sure, that works. And then we'll select the second circle, put on path, yes. And then we'll take the second circle, then rotate it, unlocked. Except that doesn't seem like it's using the same font. Oswald. Nope. Oswald.enswald. Okay. Now this is okay. I'm going to use this as a texture map. You know what? I am going to actually align this thing. Object align. Thank you. To the page. Get it nice and centered. Beautiful. Next. Get rid of this image. Hide the soicles. We need to make this inverted. So text, text, fill. Make it white. Then no stretch. I don't get the stretch features. Okay. Nice. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. I think I have a bunch of sniper games. Again, backlog. Okay. Where are we doing this? Textures. I think we have a separate folder for labels. Trim sheets. Maybe not. I know it's somewhere. Man, I swear to God, when we get to the next project, the first thing we need to do is sit down and talk about folder structure. Because this is... it's very fitting. The game takes place in the swamp, and the folder structure is basically a swamp. Oh, God. Okay. Labels. We're gonna have to get like a mural board just to identify how we're gonna organize this shit. Let's go here. That is not copy pasted. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We don't need this. Copy. Really? Wait, what? Why isn't it copy pasting? What happened? Have my copy paste privileges been revoked? Yeah, what? Okay. Alright. Where is this located? C game dev. I talk too much shit. And now I pay the price. Labels. Okay. Mm-hmm. Export. This is a vector file. We hypothetically should be able to increase it to like 2048. See, that's the benefit of doing this in Inkscape. It's because it's all just dots and points in space. You can upscale it to however much. Okay, labels. I guess we'll just save it here as well. Okay, nice. Now, we go back to substance. This is... Where is this? Label plate. We're going to give it a fill. Yeah, fill is going to be fairly dark. Black mask. Color sign. This guy. That seems a little rounded, actually. I think the sharpness has been messed with. Okay, and now here, as a mask, I'm going to load the image. Okay, this is going to be an alpha. Labels. Like that. Now, what we can do now is take this image, shrink it down, and then position it exactly where it needs to be. Cool. Except we don't see anything. What am I missing? We don't want tiling. None. Base color has the grayscale. Now you see, we were able to move the base texture, but we weren't able to move the mask. Maybe that's why. Maybe we have to give it a fill. Yeah, okay, and then the fill, we can apply this. Move it in the right place. Oh, I see it. It's there. It's at least doing something. There we go. Nice, and then we can just adjust. Until it is in the right place. Oh, okay. So now, that's what we're looking for, except we're going to be rotating the plate rather than the texture. And then it's going to be like ka-chunk, and then rotates, and then does that. Oh, okay. Of course, we should probably make it be visible right away. Sealed. Need to make sure the distance from the edges is the same. That looks pretty close. Yes. Beautiful. Now, oh god, that's just blurry as heck. Can we do something about that? Scale to 2. And then we don't normalize scale, we just let it do its thing. Okay, I think this is it. Yes, okay, so that's got more room now. Let's try that. Export. Import. I'm gonna have to rebake. Thankfully, Substance is able to keep track of the UV island coordinates and tends to move things around for you. Bam. Okay. So now we do need to move this ourselves. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to position the 4 corners. At least the 2 corners until they touch. Which hypothetically, since this is a perfect rectangle and the other is a perfect circle, should give us center. And then the bottom, we just need to move. Yep, okay, which means now we just scale it proportionally, like that. And that should have it be perfectly centered. Except I don't see it. Oh, you know what? It's because I reset this thing. We are going to set this back. 1, no offset, because we're not supposed to really move that part. It's supposed to be move the mask. And yet, we still don't see it. Oh, I see a little bit of it. Nice. Okay, that is much better. Much better, because much more detailed. I think maybe I should do the same thing with the levers here. We're not going to be actually interacting with this one. That one, after the player unlocks the door, we just physically interact with it. So, take this. Okay. Select everything here, except for this. Which means it's probably easier to select it like that. Next, here, select this and this. And I think that's all we have to worry about. Everything else can stay the way it is. All right, so scale twice the size. Pack it up. 70% efficiency. Good. So it's still 30% texture space left for these kinds of adjustments. Okay, let's update. Re-import mesh. How long have we been at it? 2 hours? I don't know. I can't see the time. Bake. Bakety bake. Okay, nice. Beautiful. So this got more detail, since our camera is going to be like looking at this thing. And yeah, let's do something about this disc. I should look into getting more masks purchased off of the store, just to get some variety. Okay. You can also do a bit of rust spots. Okay, so to get rust looking a little bit better, we need to duplicate it, then make a second darker version, and then dial it back a bit. So there's dark rust, and the one that's closer to the edges, that one is more prone. Nice. Think rust can be on top. What kind of laptop are you on? This is a Asus TUF Gaming A15. I figured if I'm going to be making games, I should get a gaming laptop. So I'm working on the same hardware I'm developing for. Initially, I got this laptop for DJing and running like visual effects. I have not saved this project once. Holy cow. Have I not learned this lesson, old man? Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna add the color of these screws here. Like somebody painted over it like some demented landlord. Okay, I'd also like to get some dirt in these crevices. But you know what? I'm gonna do this. Dirt outer frame. And this is gonna be using masking, basically geometry masking. I would like to be able to see what I'm doing though. So okay, save. There we go. Okay, and this side. Nice. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Uh, right. So now get this back down. Yes. See, it's affecting it everywhere. It's not sensitive enough. Oh, I know why. It's because we didn't bake this with materials accounting for each other. Right. If I do that, and I do bake this, we're gonna end up with a problem where the inside of the door is gonna be black because it's baking here. Man, I wish there was a way to bake some neighboring ambient occlusion, but not others. So you can only do it all of it, or bake only anything that has the same name. So if I do all of it, it is gonna give me that crevice, yeah, right there. But it's gonna screw up the door. See? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Probably don't even need this. Oh yeah. I guess we'll see what it looks like. If anything, we might be able to paint out the ambient occlusion. Where'd the label go? Hello, label? Oh, it's in a different place now. Right, because we rebaked. and moved around the UVs. Okay. Keep forgetting the navigational shortcuts. They're different from Blender. Okay. This should not have repetition. Okay. Now, we can add a bit of radioactive glow here. If I add an additional map, emissive, maybe make it like have a nice radium based paint. Maybe get the height. Take the old ambient occlusion texture, export it, and then use the new one just for the generator. You can't supply a custom texture for the generator though. Oh, you can. Yeah, ambient occlusion. Image inputs. Okay, it would certainly be nice if we could just mark it to not delete here. But I guess that's for a version of Substance Painter I haven't paid for yet. Lovely. Okay, this looks good. If we can get a little bit of variation on the red. I'm gonna multiply the two masks together. Nice. Each program has different navigations. Yeah, but you know, that's a great thing about standards. This generator's not very good in that particular place. Oh, maybe. See, it's the ambient occlusion kicking in again. All right. Cool. Okay. This looks good. Not flipping bad. How long has it been going on for? 2 hours. Not bad, actually, for 2 hours. Cool. Cool beans. Let's wrap this up here. I think this is something I'm gonna have to export and just continue working with, and then come back to with whatever revisions come to my mind after I've had a chance to forget about this. But it's looking pretty good. I did forget something kind of important. The hinges. The hinges. Because right now, this thing literally swivels on nothing. I might have to do the hinges as a separate material, maybe. And the hinges have to be kind of complex too, because this is a pretty thick-ass door. You can't have standard door hinges here. So I would have to have some pretty heavy iron, like, plates here, and then some kind of a swiveling mechanism that does like a 90-degree turn here. Because this door, the player animation would have to spin the valve and then pull it, so the whole freaking iron thing goes this way, and then it's gonna swing open. Right. You can use an arm, big arm. Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. But I forgot to model it and then put it into the design, so now I have to shoehorn it somehow. Who knows? Maybe I'll do like a two, 1 hinge, 2 hinge, 3 hinge, and then attachment here. We'll see. We'll have to animate this thing. Cool. All right. Nice. Good job, everybody. Good job. We got this. Not bad. This is shaping up to be a pretty cool looking thing. I'll just export it right away. Oh, right. Fuck, Dimitar, I almost forgot. I'm gonna demonstrate the additions I've put into the plugin, because oh boy, are they good. Actually, this would be perfect because I can export this and demonstrate it on it. Okay, detail, textures, substance. Okay, this is Manuel lever door. Nothing else needs to change. Nice. Okay, so let's get this exported into the engine. Models. I think this is props and bunker generic. Everything's upside down and topsy-turvy. Yeah, props. Bunker generic. Manual levered door. Yes. And then Godot apply modifiers. Cool. All right. So let me just quickly import this, and then we'll get the textures applied. Just hoping this laptop can handle it. Blender, Substance Painter, 3 browsers. I'm gonna close the Visual Studio Code. Okay. So. Man, they gotta do something about the load times of the editor. Like, I don't know. There's a big ass scene which really just has a lot of nodes in it, but do they have to load it up? Maybe they can do some kind of like a placeholder system where if you have a heavy scene, certain nodes, like multi-mesh instances, if you have a lot of them, they could be represented as placeholders. I'm pretty sure it's also importing the textures in 3D model right now. At some point, the GUI just gives up and be like, I don't want to update anything. Am I loading? Am I crashed? You be the judge. Good luck. All right, perfect. So, I'll open this up. Nice. Vertex colors already loaded. So, the additions are to the material prep tool. I think once I have this thing feature packed, I'll just put it up on like Gumroad or something as a thing people can purchase if they want to speed up this process. Utility, textures, yes, and then substance. This is where I stored it, and it's called, what do we call the folder? Manual door something, right? Manual lever door. Okay, so we select all the maps. It did export the height map, but we might not actually need to use the height map. So I've added a checkbox that, well, you click on it if you actually want to have the material use the height map, because a lot of the materials actually don't need it. It's generated. I could create a separate output export preset in Substance, by the way, that omits the height map since we might not necessarily need it. But the height map in Substance does get used to also bake some of the normal detail. So I can't just delete like a height channel from here, because then some of this detail doesn't get placed into the normal. So we select all the maps. We specify where we're gonna generate the material. That's still here. Cool. Now, first thing, apply to selected mesh. So I can change right away. I think everything. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah. The Ethernet cable is janky as shit. There we go. We're back. All right. Anyways, so yeah. So we click generate material. Bam. Automatically generate the material. Automatically applied it to all the selected meshes. So that is, oh, this thing is looking backwards. That's one of the additions. Now, another thing, sometimes I have to edit the material immediately after generating. So there's another checkbox that allows you to select the material in the file system after it's been generated. So click, and then there's it selected. I can double click. I haven't figured out how to make it actually open it in the inspector. I think that would have been nice, but it is what it is. So yeah, just quickly locates the material. You can mess around with its settings. Like if we enable height. Oh yeah, for the height, I've also added the basic properties that you usually want to set on the height map anyways, like automatically enabling deep parallax to be checked already in the material when it's generated, and the amount. They defaulted the amount to be 5 of all things, which makes sense if you're doing like concrete with giant, holes in it. But for anything minute, it doesn't really make sense. Okay, so generate material. I think it doesn't update it immediately. Oh, yeah, right. We actually have to. Oh, this is another thing. Okay, this is perfect. So check this out. I generated the material. It took me here where I could make adjustments to it, but I want to generate it again. So now I have to scroll all the way down and find the damn maps again, or I can click on this button called Reselect Map, which has failed me because I didn't do it in the right order. Select all the maps, generate. That gets selected, but now it remembers the last thing that you selected for the generation, so I can click Reselect Maps, and it takes me back here. again, I tried to make it select multiple maps, but from the engine interface perspective, I only saw a method that allows you to select one file. And even if you go through like a loop with multiple files mentioned in it, it just selects the last thing in the array. But anyways, it's still good because it takes you to the location where the source maps are. So you can select them again and then click generate material, and then it does this whole thing. Yeah, anyways, there you go. So these are the changes, little quality of life changes I've put together. I think, yeah, this applied to selected mesh is probably the biggest helper out of everything. Oh yeah, hold on. Where's my emissive map? Hello. Export textures. Let me double check this. Emit. There's an emissive map. And was it exported? It was. Yeah, what? Yeah, it was. What the heck? And it's there too. I think it is missing. Ah, it's called emit, not emissive. That's why. I need to make sure that my Substance Painter texture convention suffixes actually match. There we go. And I export it again. Sure. There we go. Get back here. So we don't need emit. It's the same exact map. Just need to make sure there's consistency. Select this. We don't need to select the file system. That's fine. Okay. I think this is a Godot thing where if you already have the material selected and it creates it from scratch, it doesn't update the inspector. Yeah, it didn't give me any errors. I think if I'll do this, manual levered door, delete it, and then just, generate it again. There we go. See, so it did pick up all the maps, it did apply the material. It's just, I think it's a Godot thing. Once you have the material opened in the inspector, it doesn't update if it detects changes in it made externally within a plugin. Which, you know what, I'm just glad that it works. There's the emission. The height we actually don't need. So I'm just going to disable it. Even though, it technically does add a little bit of something. It's not significant enough to warrant the need for this. Cool. All right, there we go. These are the additions. We got the texture. Maybe in the next session we can handle, I guess, fixing of the hinges. We'll have to maybe retexture those and then rigging and animation. Cool. All right, that's it. We'll wrap it up here. Appreciate the company. Maybe we'll do